Hey VC, it's Greeno again. Wanted to do, I guess, part 2 of yesterday's dig. Uh, Started out part 1 with the 8 tracks and just kind of did those real quick. And this will be the vinyl found yesterday. Had a pretty good day. Started out at a yard sale, hit a couple more, and then winding our way home, we hit a couple record shops and did pretty good. So it was a pretty odd day, actually. Started out with going to this yard sale, and we pull up at the house and there's a hearse in the driveway, which I filmed just like a couple seconds of it. I'll try and show that. And we went in, and it was crazy. It was like a ton of records, a lot of crap, but some really cool stuff too. But these guys were older guys from the Hagerstown, Maryland area, and they had some pretty cool stuff. But if I'll show you these real quick. Been kind of on this band lately. They were a local punk band, The Left, and evidently this is the summer of The Left for me, because I picked these up over the summer already. And at this garage sale is the guy that runs Bonafide Records, which you'll see here. This was on Bonafide. This is from 85, 84, and he had another Left album. This was the Left's first release, and they released it again with a different cover a couple years later, in like 86 or something. Same album, just different cover. So it just blew me away. I'm like, he had like probably 10 of these. I only picked up one. He wanted $10 a piece for them because it's kind of rare, I guess. But that was another thing. This yard sale wasn't yard sale prices. It was kind of store prices, but the stuff I found I was pretty happy with. But as I'm talking to this dude, what's that? I thought I heard something, sorry. As I was talking to this guy, his name was Rick Knoll, I think. He's telling me the other guy who had stuff there in the garage, his name was Pat. He's like, yeah, he's the guy that did the artwork for the cover. So at this yard sale, I ran into the guy that ran the label and put this album out, or all these albums out, and the guy that did the artwork for it. So it's like, are you kidding me? It's just a crazy summer for this band with me for some reason. And also on the way out, grabbed, he had CDs. This is also on Bonafide, his label, and this has both those, the album and the EP, has basically everything that they recorded in the 80s. It's 20 tracks total. A couple extra things they did, like in, say, 92, they did a few more tracks. This is really well done. And actually, like, here's one guy that did the artwork. I don't know if you can see that. When he was a kid hanging out with them. It's just insane. That's how things work sometimes. So. But a lot of this stuff came from there, and actually Garner, Mr. Mean Daddy, if you're watching some of this stuff, if you got any comments, throw them in there, because I don't know a lot of this stuff. Just kind of picked it up because it looked cool. So I'll kind of get started with the singles. First thing was this is pretty neat, Jeff Dahl. And it's Jeff Dahl with American Soul Spiders. I was reading a little liner note thing he wrote here. He evidently went to Japan by himself to play some shows and got this Japanese band, the American Soul Spiders, to back him up. And it went over so well that they went into the studio and recorded a double single put out. So this is a Japanese pressing. It's got 5 songs, and there's some covers on here, like Third Generation Nation is the Dead Boys, and they do Ramblin' Rose by MC5. Thought that was a cool find. I know nothing about these guys. Ultraman, Destroy All Monsters. I was a kid in the 70s, so of course that caught my eye. Japanese monster movies and Ultraman. But looking in here, these guys, just a punk band from St. Louis in the 80s. So I haven't checked this stuff out yet. So this was kind of cool. The Dictators, Who Will Save Rock and Roll. This is on Norton. And this was from, I guess, around 97, late 90s, when they put out that one album. They got back together. Also on Norton, The Totally Twisted World of Dean Morgan. This looks really interesting. Reading the little liner notes on the back. This guy's, I'm thinking maybe like a Hassel Atkins kind of guy. Like I said, also on Norton. Haven't listened to this yet. Next, The Heretics, Shrivel Up and Die with Mississippi Queen. And I grabbed this because it's on Get Hip. I'm a fan of that label. So that ought to be kind of cool. Next, The Kings of Oblivion, Gotta Love Me. Just looked interesting, so grabbed it. And next, this one is also on Bonafide. That guy's label, Rick's label. This is George Brigman and Silent Bones. And this is kind of interesting because this guy, kind of a story here. This guy is from Baltimore, and in the mid-70s, like 75, he released an album when he was like real young, and it was all, he did it all himself, and it's just kind of one of those really sought after albums, evidently. I knew nothing about this till about 2 years ago. I actually found this album. It's called Jungle Rock. And I just pulled this off the shelf. I didn't find this yesterday. It's on Solid Records. This is original pressing. I picked this up for 75 cents at a flea market because it just looked kind of cool. And it had, you know, Baltimore address on the back. I'm near the Baltimore area. Thought I'd check it out. I come home and look this thing up, and this is like goes for crazy money. Sometimes over 400 bucks on pop sites. Some of them, you know, went for $4.75. So it's really rare. And this has never been played, as far as I can tell. I've never played it because it won't fit over the spindle, and I didn't want to mess it up trying to enlarge the hole. So I have heard it. I downloaded it. You know, it's been reissued on CD. But this is pretty, yeah, pretty much near mint. But like I say, I didn't buy it the other day. But it was cool to find some 45s. And this is all, you know, old material. And he also had, this was an old single from '77 that he reissued on Bonafide. And it's limited to 500. And this one isn't numbered, it's a promo. And he actually had George sign it up here. So it's kind of cool. This was at a yard sale. It's just like, this doesn't happen. It's crazy. Alright, next, kind of just the oddball stuff I found there. The Olympic Sideburns. Just kind of garage rock. Pretty cool stuff. And this is, it does have the 12-inch EP with it. And it's got like a little book. I'm going to re-glue the top, it was coming apart a little bit. Got a little book come with it, comic book style. pretty cool band. This is I'm not sure where they're from, but this is on a French label, New Rose. Alright, quick edit there, sorry. Next is the Philistines. This one is Bloody Convicts. Yep, Bloody Convicts. And looks like these guys were from Australia, and it was on Greasy Pop Records out of Australia, but this is on Sympathy for the Record Industry, and actually this is number 004 on that label, so this is early for that label. And it's red vinyl. Definitely pretty cool. I checked this out already and liked it. Yeah, just that garage kind of stuff. Next is the Pink Holes. We're glad we are what we are. He's kind of a punk band out of Cleveland. It's mid-80s, 84 on Eldo Farms Records. Check this out, it's pretty cool. They do Land of the Lost, the theme song to that. If you're a 70s kid, you remember that on Saturday mornings. Another Pink Holes, Breakfast with the Holes, on the same label. Haven't listened to this one yet. Next, Barracuda's Stolen Heart. This is a 12-inch EP. No idea on this. Willie Alexander and the Boom Boom Band. Just look kind of cool. This is actually on MCA, if I remember right. Yeah. It's from '78. I found a pretty cool comp there. Marty Thau presents 2x5. It's a New York comp from 1980 on Red Star Records. It's got 5 bands and 2 songs from each band. It's got Flesh Tones, Revlons, Bloodless Pharaohs, Coma Teens, and Student Teachers. It's pretty interesting. I was really happy to find this there. The Mentors, You Asked For It. It's one of the dumbest albums ever. I love this album. It's on Death Records. It was cool to see the old Yesterday and Today sticker, which Yesterday and Today was a label, a record store in DC that a guy named Skip ran, and all the Discord guys, bands kind of were in and out of that shop, like Minor Threat and Stall 9. Skip shut that shop down a while back, but I see him every once in a while at the Baltimore show. So he's still selling stuff, and it's kind of cool. He'll pull out all this, probably just back stock from when he shut the place down, and you never know what he's going to bring to the record show. Something else from the Move. It's a Move French compilation. It's kind of cool. And this is sealed. It's a band called Foxy. It's live. Not sure. Look, it's from 1980. Just kind of looked interesting. There's cheap. This also was sealed. I have no idea about this band either. Bones. This is from '72. on Signpost Records. And this was in there. Ellington at Newport. It was in good shape, and it is a 6i. So I thought I'd grab that. And here's an Australian band, Lipstick Killers, Mesmerizer. It's a live album. Kind of looked this up real quick, and it looks like they're kind of power pop. Some of the guys from Radio Birdman, I think, might have been working with this band, producing and all that. Like I say, they're all from Australia, but this is a French pressing on Closer Records. And that's pretty much it from that yard sale. But like I said, hit some record shops after that, 2 of them, and found some more stuff. Found some cool dollar things, Tommy Keene songs from the film. Had a friend when I was younger really into Tommy Keene. I just barely know him or know his music, so check that out. Cyndi Lauper, A Night to Remember. I'm actually a Cyndi Lauper fan. I think she's very underrated. This has one of my favorite songs, I Drove All Night. She's a good singer. Squeeze, Cool for Cats. It's also $1 at that shop. James Bond's Greatest Hits. Got a bunch of these James Bond soundtracks. This one has, the themes to a lot of them. So that'd be kind of cool. Grab that. Mama Cass, Bubblegum, Lemonade, and Something for Mama. It was $1. Picked it up. It's kind of for the wife more than me. Yeah, it's kind of surprised to find this, and I think it's an original Bush razor blade suitcase. I don't think this is a reissue. It's from '96, and it's on white vinyl. That was from one store, and then second shop I went to, I found Flesh Tones Hex Breaker. Pop Will Eat Itself, Sweet Sweet Pie. It's like a 12-inch, I believe. It said Made in England. Wife actually picked this one out. She wanted to check it out. And did find a little bit of metal. Found a real nice copy of Violence and Force by Exciter. Original on Megaforce. And Unveiling the Wicked, Exciter. Original on Combat. Love that cover, just so goofy. I used to have a tour shirt for that. Didn't see the show, but I found the tour shirt at a place at a beach. And this I picked up because it just looked interesting and it was brand new. It's the A-Bones, I Was a Teenage Mummy. Know nothing about them, it just looks really interesting to me. And I guess I was kind of in a garage mood after finding all that stuff at the yard sale. So that was it. It was a pretty cool day actually. And I was really surprised running into those guys at that yard sale and talking to them. And you never know what you'll run into when you're out doing this crap. So, alright, thanks for everybody for watching, and leave some comments if you know anything about some of these bands. Some of these garage bands I know nothing about. Just kind of checking them out. Alright, thanks.